All right, welcome back to Dale Cameron's Custom Cars and Anything. Well, we got problems. Lots of problems. Well, we're going to get through them, but I just got to wait for shipping, and wait for shipping, and wait for shipping. So here's the problem we're having. Let's see, I wonder, is this close enough, or should I scan in? Oh, let's try to get something set up here. Something like that, maybe. Well, this is the model of the transmission, and this yoke, I got to get rid of, so I ordered one. Because first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain. Here's the bushing, the drive shaft bushing that goes in the back of the transmission. Okay, and this yoke isn't machined straight like this all the way through. It stops right here. It goes down a little bit. You know why it's machined like that? I don't know, but I think it's stupid. So what's happening here is I'm getting a vibration off the drive shaft, and what's going on is, now imagine this. These lines here, this represents where this bushing is in the case, in the tail shaft, the positions of everything. Where the seal is, this is the tail shaft. Now imagine if my fingers were the tail shaft, the imaginary tail shaft, the housing of the transmission. And then this pushes into that housing, presses in. And now what happens is it goes up this far, I figured, with the measurements I took. And then right here is the machine spot that goes down, steps down. Okay? It's not consistent all the way through. This should be consistent all the way to the end here. And it's not. So what it's doing is this bushing is only working with this much, not as wide as this, just this little bit. So when I push this on like this, right there is the position where it is in the tranny with that line. I don't know if you can see it. The seal would be pounded in on the tail shaft. This is the position of everything would be. Now if I look at this, only this little bit right here, this bushing is being used. Rest of it steps down from this line this way, steps down. So now what it's doing is it's wobbling the drive shaft. After so many RPM, it's wobbling, creating vibration. So it's only this little area that's being used. So now I had to order a whole new yoke that has this consistency all the way to the end. I hope it does when it comes, not that I get the same thing. That'll really tick me off. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this bushing in the transmission. So I'm going to replace this, and this is my new bushing, and this is my new seal. Okay? So now what happens here, let's put this off to the side. What happens here now next is that I bought a tool. I haven't even opened it yet. Let's see, once from Brewer's Performance. I bought so much stuff from those guys already. They always seem to have everything you need at a decent price. I ain't going to say it's the best price in the world, but I ain't going to say it's the worst price either, and stuff like that. So, how do we open this thing? Then I had to flip open the box, but okay, it does. There's my receipt. Ooh, I get stickers again. I like those stickers. Those are pretty cool they got. Have to give them that much. Okay. So let's pull that out. Just some packaging materials there. We'll throw that over there. Am I still in the camera frame? So I bought this tool so I don't have to pull off the tail shaft. I can do it right in the car. So I'm going to take a video of that if I can. I'm going to try to video it. First, we got to get down to the bottom here. We're still working on getting there. Okay, now we're this far. Oh, it's full of oil. Good. So it's a seal installation tool and bushing tool. Now I can imagine how this works. Okay, you take this and it slides in. I ain't gonna do it though here because I don't know if I get it back out. But this will slide in the back of the tranny over that shaft, and it catches the back of the thing. If you imagine if that was true there, it catches it. Okay, it catches that, you know, and then you crank this tight, like this is all the way in right now. I wonder why this is. Oh, that's to hold the nut. I'm not even sure how this is used. Oh, that's used to. Okay, you slide that up, that way this compresses. Okay, then you slide this down, then it expands it out. That's how that works. So when you put it in, you got to make sure this is all the way out, because there's a. So let's make sure this is all the way up. Everything's got to be up the way it looks. That way that. I don't know how much it was, 110 bucks or 79 bucks. I don't know. I can't remember now here. Kind of acts like a pulley puller in a way. So okay, you make sure this is all out, evidently, and you pull this all the way back, because what that does, if you push it all the way forward, I don't know if you can see it, it allows this to expand, so it catches this bushing. So if I pull it all the way back this way, I'm not going to put this on here. I might not get it off. Yeah. So in the transmission, you pull this all the way back, and then you push this into. Am I too close now for? Yeah, probably was. So yeah, so I don't know if you can see that. That's what it does. So you got to make sure this is all the way down. That way it expands these fingers out. You know, and then they got that ledge, and then it catches on the ledge. Then you tighten this up against the output shaft of the transmission. Then it pulls this back. Then it's pulling this thing out. So it's pretty cool. So you got to knock off the rear seal first. Knock that off. Then you got the bushing in the tail shaft. And then you make sure this is back, and that's all the way back. Then you just sit here and work this in till you hear it snap past the bushing. Then you pull it back, and then you just tighten this. You put this down, then you tighten this up. Okay, and that's how you do that. But to install the new bushing, then it comes with this tool. So you slide the new bushing onto there like that. Slide on a tranny, and then you can hammer on here. Hammer the new bushing in. But when you put the new bushing in, you see this hole? It's got to be, you got to make a mark on where the other one is. You know, because this is either a drain hole or it's an intake hole. I think it's an intake hole. I think the oil goes in this way, because then it lubricates throughout these grooves, and it lubricates the end of this. When you stick your drive shaft in there, so it lubricates the drive shaft. So there it is. Now I wish I had a seal driver. Oh, and then what I use for a seal driver, is I'll take 2 blocks of wood, usually it's 2x4s, same length, 8 long, what, 8 inches long or something. And I put this seal up in this position, and then I'll take each one of these and put one on each side, and I'll put them together like this, and I'll hit them both with a hammer at the same time. And then I'll turn this, you know. Unfortunately, I got seal drivers and large sockets, but I don't have nothing big enough for this, you know. So, just got this awesome, I love these dust boots. I like the transmission output shaft seals when they have the dust boots because it cleans it off and keeps it clean so the seal won't get dirty in here, and then always it causes seal failure. So anyway, that's where we sit. So the first thing we got to do, we got to go under there with this tool. And we'll pull that out. And then when we put the new bushing in, then we'll use this tool. And then when we get that all done, then we'll put the rear seal on. And I'm going to see if I can. I don't know yet if I can. I'm going to, you know, there's a bevel inside the rear tail shaft that goes down, and this edge goes even with it. I'm going to see, there's room between the seal and this for drainage, I suppose, and everything. But I think I can put this back about 1/8 of an inch more towards the drive shaft, so it gives it just a little bit more bushing to hang on to. You know, because you got this notch here for drainage. And then it drains this other way, and it's got all kinds of ways. There's even a notch in the case for the drainage. So there's plenty of opportunity, because you don't want oil to build in this seal, you know, in this area. So basically when I'm done, factory would put this thing about right here from the seal. I'm going to move it a little closer to the seal. I'm going to leave the open in there. I got to leave an opening between this and the seal. I can't have it up against it because it has to drain. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to back it up a little bit so I just get as much surface of that yoke inside this for friction wise. Get more surface area for the turning. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Now, if that works, I don't know. So I suppose I gotta get this all set up. I knocked the old seal out already. I did that much. And that's all I could do because I didn't have this tool yet. It came today, so it's nice to have these tools, but they're so damn expensive. But now I'll be able to do, I think this one's good for the 727, A518, maybe the A500, maybe, and the A-833 4-speed. The 904 one's probably a little smaller than this, you know. So the 904, possibly the A500, but I think the A500, I think, is the same output shaft bushing as the A518. I'm not sure. I should know that. I rebuilt both of them several times. And I believe I'm right. I believe I'm right on that. So let's, I drew this all up with, so there's 3/4 of an inch between the edge of the bushing. I don't know if you guys can see this. 3/4 of an inch from the edge of the bushing to the edge of the seal. So I'm going to reduce that a little bit. I'm going to go about half that distance. We got 3/4 of an inch. We can go maybe a 3/16 of an inch back. So I get more of this bushing on the drive shaft. It'll take away some of that vibration. I believe I found what my problem was. The drive shaft is actually too short. That's the whole problem here. Besides, you know, this end here being milled off. I wish this was consistent all the way to the end, but it's not. It stops here and then it's milled down a few thousandths. And I don't think, no, the bushing didn't do that. I can see that already. That's been milled off. Yeah, so, yeah. Because that way I can put this bushing further in, you know. Right now the marking, here's the mark, and here's the mark, so I'm only having that much. If I can put it in just a little bit, it almost puts that edge there. And now if this is going to be straight across, now I'm going to have, instead of just this little bit, I'm going to have all this. That should stop my vibrations, hopefully. Hopefully. I'm sure that's where it's coming from. It's just, I don't know why, but this is milled off here. I don't know why. I think I bought somebody else's junk. I bought that, one guy had one for sale on eBay, so I bought it, and I think that's why he was selling it. I think I bought his trouble. Anyway, let's, I guess we gotta get set up under there, don't we? And then let's get that bushing replaced and get that new rear seal on. The other parts ain't gonna come until Monday, so we'll get all this stuff put in, and then that'll be the end of the video because I don't have the parts yet. And then the car's gonna have to sit the whole weekend, so I can't. It's my birthday today, by the way, July 17th, my birthday. So happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday. I got problems. All right, so here we are set up now. Let's see once here. Are we? Yeah, we'll try that. Now I gotta try to get my butt under there. Oh no, am I gonna be able to use two arms? So now we got this all repelled back all the way. Repel that back all the way. And you can see the bushing still in there. Oh, I gotta take my hat off. Then my microphone. Gotta have that yet. Okay. So now I got this all repelled back. Now we'll put this on here. There. Looks like I gotta repel it back a little bit more, don't I? Maybe. There it goes. Okay, now it's hooked into that. Now we'll push this down. And we'll tighten this up. Okay. Now we're hooked onto that thing. Oh. And remember, I already moved the seal here. Gotta remove that first, the upper shaft seal. Oh, and I banged the. This is all locked up now. And here it comes. So easy to do. Oh, yeah, I should have told you guys. It's kind of a little late now. But mark where it is. Take note of that. Okay? I did earlier, so I know where it goes, but I didn't show it to you guys. But now, so let's pull the old one out. Same process. This is for A-518 or 727 torque plate. This is a 4-speed. This is the A-833 overdrive. It's the same thing. Oh, everything's in my way here. I can't ratchet it that far, but I swear I should have brought my battery drill down here and then I could just spun it out, but yeah, it'll be out here in a short time. I have a suspicion that this bushing is good. It's just the drive shaft wasn't in far enough. It was, the drive shaft was, but the problem is it's that machined off, you know, so it kept a gap between the drive shaft and the output shaft. Woo, my armor shot. Yeah, I should have brought my... Yeah, that bushing... I mean, looks right now, looking at it, looks okay, but later we'll check it out. We'll see once how much, if it is shot. Right now, we don't know that. I'm going to assume it's not, but it could be. It could be. So we'll just... It's so much easier than removing the transmission and all this other crazy. Okay, I think we got it. Yeah, let's see, we got it. Okay. Oh, I gotta let my arm have a break for a minute, guys. Oh, jeepers. Oh, man. Okay, there it is. So there's the bushing. So just leave it in the tool for now. We don't have to do anything with it. We'll take a look at that later. We'll push this off to the side now. Now, I gotta go get a flashlight and then a rig and let's clean this up a little bit. And then we'll install the new bushing. And then we'll install a new seal. And then this is ready to go. Those other parts probably ain't gonna come until next week. Today's Friday, the July 17th, my birthday, by the way. And you can send cards at. No, please enclose money. No, I'm just kidding. So what we'll do is we'll clean this all up and we'll just put this back together and it'll be ready to go for next week. And then I think we'll go fishing this weekend, and I think I'll take you guys along and we'll go fish a creek where there's crappies and sunnies and bass and northerns and walleyes and dolphins and sharks. Well, no, not dolphins and sharks, I guess. But so just hang tight. I gotta go get this stuff. I need a rig, some brake cleaner, and a flashlight because I want to look in there as far as I can. That's what I want to do. But it has drain holes just like the 727 does. A lot of guys, you know, I've rebuilt a lot of 727s as well, and 904s and A500s and 518s. And they got a drain hole, okay? And a lot of guys come back to me and they say the seal is leaking. It's just leaking oil out, transmission oil. Well, obviously manual uses 80-90. but you can't clog up that drain hole. There's a drain hole in there, and people put silicone on their seals, and I always put high pressure silicone on my seals just to make sure. But you got to watch how much you use, because otherwise that drain hole. It's the same thing too in the front, on the torque converter on an automatic. There's a drain hole, and if it can't drain back, it'll start pushing through the seal and coming out. So you got to make sure that drain hole is clean. You know, sometimes you can take a pipe brush in there and make sure it's clean. But I gotta go get some stuff. Enough talking here. I'll be right back. Just hang tight. Man, I gotta get up here. Big old 7-foot guy has to get off the floor. Yeah, I gotta make sure I grab that flashlight on the way out. Let's see. Wipe my hands off a little bit. Okay, so I got the paper towels, flashlight. I need a little bit of brake cleaner. Let's grab this over here. Okay. Okay, am I gonna need anything else? I hope I got enough height on that car. Well, I'll come back for the seal. Let's get it all cleaned out and get this stuff in. Okay, I'm back again. Okay, we don't need this. We don't need this. I could have took that all up, I guess. We're gonna need this and this. Keep organized. Okay, what I want to do is just see if I can do some inspections. I got everything in my way. I can't get my arms in there. Okay. I'm a little worried this car ain't gonna be high enough for me. Well, my main focus here is that I know I can't get this totally clean in here, but I know it's got to be cleaned pretty good. Yeah, I don't have this car up high enough for me. I'll have to be using two hands here. Trying to do it one-handed. Definitely got it clean though. That's just cleaning that out for later, you know, so that way I don't have to sit there and. Well, I think that's the best we're gonna get her. I think, anyway. Okay, now there's an oil port right here. It's like at the what would I call it? Like the 4 o'clock position, 3:30 position. You see that? And you see this hole in here too. Okay, and then you see these two lines. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that these lines are straight up and down, and then this oil port here is clocked to this one. Okay. So that way it can drain back and forth. Oil can drain through this hole, and then from the seal, actually, it would fill this up to that. If it was level here, fill this up with oil, and then the oil goes back in this port, and then the lines here will force it back to the transmission. Then it'll come back again. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna make sure that this is clocked at about 4 o'clock position with that hole. I should have maybe. Well, I don't think I have to go that route. I can probably just see it. And it doesn't matter. Yes, it does matter. That's right, because these lines, yeah, for the drain. So again, so this has got to be at 4 o'clock with these facing you, facing out. These two. So let's get that about right there. Probably would help to put a black magic marker on here, you know. Okay, now here's the problem. I got to try to get two hands in there because I need to hold that tool. And the car, I believe the car isn't high enough. So now this is where the tool comes in. Wonder if I can nail that with one hand. Maybe I can, huh? Make sure I'm clocked here. So you can see that little hole there? I think that's about right, I think. At least I hope. How do these look? Yeah, they look okay. Oh God, I don't know. I wonder if I can drive that in with one hand, or can I somehow get two hands under there? We got to keep our... Let's see. I think we're going to have to go in a little bit more yet, because I want a gap here. It's going to drain. So I want to keep it this way a little bit. Normally you'd go with the with the bellowed edge. Then the edge of the bushing would go with the bellowed edge that you'll see. But I want to kind of keep it this way, just like a 16th or 32nd of an inch. Then we'll have just that little extra again, you know. Yeah, that might be absolutely perfect right there, but what is it? Let's see what's here. I think I'm going to leave it right where it's at. By factory standards, it would have to go in a little bit, you know, to get it more gap, you know. Yeah, there's enough room there for everything now. Yeah, I'm going to leave it right where it's at. Okay, so the bushing's in. Now that was a lot faster, wasn't it, than taking the shifter off and the transmission cross member, dropping the motor down, possibly taking the exhaust loose. That tool was well worth the money. Yeah, it was a lot of money, but I don't know what it was. I can't remember. I got to look again how much it was. But the time that just saved the guy. Now we just got to put the rear seal in, and that's ready for the drive shaft. But I want to go get I'm going to get the thing, the yoke. I want to slide it in here once and see how tight it feels and everything, you know. I thought there was something on there. It's just glare. It's just glare, I guess. I'll be right back again. I got to figure out how I'm going to... Man, I wish... I don't think... Well, okay. There. Okay. We are getting there. I just got to get off the floor here again. I'm 56 years old and I don't own a hoist. I should tell you how much money I make. Nothing. Here was I going to grab? Oh yeah, the yoke. The new seal. I'm going to see if I got a seal driver here. I thought I had a seal driver that would work for that. I'm just going to pour them all out. Maybe I do. I do. Good. Okay. I do have a seal driver. It's an old axle tube. Okay, what do I need now? I need this and that. I got a little bit of high pressure, just a little bit of high pressure silicone on that seal. I don't need much. You don't want to use much, or you'll start clogging up them drain holes. People always call me, hey, I got problems. I got fucking fluid all over the place. I said, well, go to town and get yourself a new seal again, first of all. Okay, so we got everything right here I believe I need to finish this. Gotta have the toolbox laying out here on the floor again. Okay. Here we go. And we are back. Microphone still working? Testing 1, 2, 5, 10, 15. Okay, so first thing what I want to do, take the a lot better. Oh, that is nice. There's nothing there. Just maybe a thousandths. Okay, so seal the bushings in. We got the seal cleaned out already. Okay. Okay, so now, how am I gonna do this? My God. I'm not gonna be able to hold all that stuff at once. Car's not high enough. I could drive it in there in 2 seconds. I wonder. Okay, let's just get set up and see what we can reach. We'll act like we can reach it. Okay. Let's set this down here. Got the fan blowing at it, so sit down on there like that. Okay. So now I got gray high pressure silicone right here. And you just want to put a little bit on that seal. You don't want to put a bead on it. You just want to wipe some on it. Okay. Close up that. Okay. Okay. Now, how do we do this? So you can see I just put a little bit on it. I see they got the tail shaft all beat the heck. I see right here in the lip. I got this. Now how do we pound that sucker? I got the wrong hand here. No, I don't know if I do. I get it? Nope. I don't know. Oh. There we go. Got it. Feels like that upper corner might be out just a hair, maybe. There we go. Hey. Yep, we got her. All right. So there it is. With that tool, life is grand, man. Now, when you put the shaft in, you want to lube it. Okay, that sounds like a personal problem. But you know what I'm saying here. Yeah, it still seems like that's out a little bit. I might give it another love tap right about here on that. Put that deal on there. I think I'm going to give it one more love tap just to make sure. I just can't see it, you know. But it feels right. So do I just trust my instincts? Where's that flashlight at? No, I think we got it. Yeah, we got it. Yeah, I can see that now. Yeah, we're good to go there. Okay, so now if I had the part, I could finish this up. I just ordered them yesterday. Now it's just take a little lube. Something, so there's something on here. Oh yeah. I don't want to push in all the way, I might not get it out. Oh yeah, that's tight now. The other one was loose. Ah, perfect. Well, anyway, that's it. We got it as far as we can go. So let's pan into place. Get all the tools out of here. And that's how you replace bushing on an A-833. Would it be the same as a 727, 904, A500 two-wheel drive, A518 two-wheel drive from Mopar. All right, I thought it'd be kind of interesting yet to see. Wonder if we can expand this a little bit. There we go. That'd be kind of interesting to, well, let's close our knives for safety. Okay, so here's the bushing driver. Okay, so we pull this back, and somehow we gotta get that off of there. What's the easiest way? Well, no. Wonder if we can slide it this way. No, huh? No. Nope, can't. You gotta break it to get it off now, or what? Oh, I'm so dirty here. Yeah. Well, at least we got it out, huh? We can fiddle with it right here. Maybe I gotta put it in a vise so I can hold it. Let's pause this for a second. Okay, I figured out how to do this. I thought I'd show it to you guys quick. These all have to be compressed together at once. Okay? So I found this piece of pipe. It fits on the end of this a little bit. You squeeze these together and then you just kind of ride it on there. It squeezes them all together. Then you can push this one up. Slides right off. Pretty neat, huh? I just learned that. I figured there was going to be a trick to that. And I figured it out there, boys and girls. Let's go back here again. Let's see. Let's screw it again. Okay. Now I wanted to do kind of a comparison. This is what the goal was here. Take this. Oh yeah. Well, there's more play, but it isn't like a lot. But you can definitely see a lot of scrape still in it. So it's a little looser. But it should be survivable. That would be survivable. That would work. I know I've rebuilt a lot of transmissions. That would work. I've seen these where they're damn near wore away. And I always took them out because I got that one bushing that I would pound in there from the other side of the case. From the inside transmission, I'd pound it from the, like if this is the outside here like this, you know, put it in there like that. When I got the tail shaft off, I flipped the tail shaft up and I got a bushing. I pile drive in there, but now I got this tool. And I got this tool. So I'll maybe use that in my arsenal when I rebuild transmissions now. Now I can replace the rear bushing in about 2 seconds in the transmission. So that's just not going to benefit me here in this position. It's going to benefit me when I rebuild transmissions and I got the right tool. I've been slowly buying tools, but getting older too. So anyway, this is junk, you could say. This is the old seal. This thing, see, like I was telling you, see how this is machined down? It's machined down like a thousandths or something, or a couple thousandths, I'd say. Just enough where, this drive shaft goes in that far up to this line, up to that bushing. Then you can see, I suppose I can't manipulate that. Well, let's try it here. So if I'd slide the drive shaft in, it would be right there. And see how it moves? So what I want to do, so I ordered a new one of these where this is machined the same all the way down to the end. Not machined off here at the end. At least it better not be when it comes. I hope not. God, I hope not. So in the pictures it showed it wasn't there, and so you can see that how much more I'll gain if this is still the same. God, I hope that's the same when it comes. Not like this. Hope it's consistent like this. See, I believe I bought somebody else's trouble. That they did this. So that way, I'll get all this extra room now from that line to the end here, where this thing will stay more stable. It won't wobble like this. This is where my vibration, I think, is coming from, right here. I mean, to create a nice, when it's turning under torque, this has got to be nice and snug like this, not loose. And that's what I'm hoping for on the new one. It doesn't have this machined off. Like I say, that's machined off. Well, you figure this, if it's machined off a thousandths or a couple thousandths here and a couple thousandths here, that's 4 thousandths smaller, you know. So it'd be 4 thousandths smaller than the bushing again. So that maybe even more. I don't know exactly what that is just by looking at it, but I know it's a lot. Maybe it's more than that. That might be like 10 or 12 thousandths actually more. I look at it. I could take here. We can figure that out right now. I got my caliper here. What is the difference? Let's see what the difference actually is. This is where it messed up my drive shaft. Besides, the drive shaft was bent a little, or they honed out the caps and whatever else. Let's see what the difference is here. $1.67. Maybe it is only a thousandths. It's a thousandths, I guess. Well, it's a thousandths. Yeah, that's all I got. It's only a thousandths. 1.67 and 1.68. But see, it's not necessarily I guess, it'll definitely affect it, but not as much as I thought it would. But, oh, is it off? It's off. So, but that would affect it because it's only got this much right here between this line and this line. That's all it's riding on. I need it to ride on this whole ledge. So I need this ledge to be the same size as this one. So it's got to affect it. It only vibrates at about roughly that 56 to 59 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour, the average speed, Then if you bring it up to 80 or 70 or 65, it's gone. If it's below the 55 mile an hour mark, it's gone. So if this was deeper, then it would vibrate throughout the whole graph. But being it's only this much, I bet this got wore off and they just polished it up with an emery cloth and sold it to me. I bet that's what happened. I bet I got their trouble and they were just gambling on that. Oh, he'll be all right. He's got still all this, I bet that's how it went. I will lay money on it. So anyway, that's it for this video, I guess. I don't have nothing else to show you. I'm waiting for this to come. And again, I hope it's the same all the way to the end. I just hope to God it is. I need this. But anyway, please like and subscribe, I guess. Yeah, what did I pay for that tool? Here, look here once. I bought from Brewers Performance. Brewers, like in Milwaukee Brewers or whatever. Yeah, it was $121.13 to my door. The tool was $99.95. Then I had to pay $21.18 for freight and, well, $121.13. Okay, but let me tell you, it worked just the way it should. I won't go without it, and I suggest you guys shouldn't either. But anyway, that's it. That's all we can do for now. Gotta clean up my mess now, put stuff away, and wait for my tracking number for that new one. And then we'll put that together and I'll throw that in the car and we'll go for a ride and go from there. But anyway, I love their sticker, by the way. It's got a picture of A-833. These guys got what you need. Brewers! Thank you, Brewers! But anyway, please like and subscribe and take care. Have a wonderful day, and oh, here, hang on. So I guess the car won't be going anywhere this weekend. She is up. She's ready for the drive shaft. She's ready for the shaft. Yeah. Okay, we'll talk to you guys later. Please like and subscribe, and thank you, and love to all. I don't care who you are, wherever you are, what country you're from. Anything from Iran to Canada to Mexico to United States to Australia, all of them. So we'll talk to you later. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.